Okay guys, so Patricia Holmes here, and this is part 2 of chapter 7. Next what we're going to do is we're going to come down here to the layers, and we're going to click on the text layer. Click on the text layer, and what I want to show you is this icon here to the left of the letters text. Double click that icon and a window, a dialog box opens, and we're going to request a mask. Click mask and click OK. And what we're going to do here is the mask is going to enable us to let some graphic, or in our case, the animation, see through the letters. It kind of makes the letters transparent. So again, my type of teaching is to show you. The best way for you to understand a mask is to actually demonstrate it by showing you. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to insert a new layer after we request that mask. Insert new layer, and we want to name it fire effect. And what we are going to do, special characters are not permitted in layer names. Okay. I must have accidentally typed a special character in. Anyway, after we name it, what I want you to do is I want you to drag this layer directly under the text. And what you're going to see is you're going to see an indentation here. And the indentation is indicating it's the behavior of a mask. So this is good. This is what we want. So next what we're going to do is we are going to add an image to the stage. So the author is asking us to open up, import to the stage an image that's been provided for. So go File, and I want you to go Import to Stage. In chapter 7, I added a few things, excuse that. Choose the file, the fire, JPEG. Click Open. And woo, that's a lot of fire. So we want to kind of center that underneath there. And we want to make sure that to see the effects of a mask layer, you got to make sure these are locked. So now see it? I locked it, and now I went back here and you can see the fire image come through. Isn't that cool? I like this. This is pretty amazing. Now what we're going to do is we're simply going to animate the fire image. But let's go ahead and test movie and see what we have. So we have the flame that we already made, and now we just have an image behind the text that we're getting ready to animate. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we are going to add a tween to this mask layer. So we want to make sure we unlock everything that we're getting ready to work on, and we are going to delete the image of this fiery thing we just put on there per the author's request. And we're going to select the rectangle tool, and we're going to pick, we're going to basically kind of create our own flame here. So click on the rectangle tool, and then in the color panel, we're going to make sure that we have a linear gradient selected. So go Window, and then let's go into the color panel. So we're going to come down here to the color, click it, and see these little arrows here kind of gives us a starting point. And so what we want is we want red over here, and yellow in the middle. But first the author is asking us to make sure we have the linear gradient chosen. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to move this way over here, and we're going to press, we're going to type in FF0000 as a color there. And see how that made that red right here? And then over here is really red. We're going to add a swatch to this. And there we go. And in the middle here, I want it to be yellow, a little bit more yellow right here in the middle. So I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to add the text to be FF, oops, FFF, 3 Fs, a C, and 2 zeros. You type that in. There we go. So that's the gradient color that actually the author is asking that we do. And then once we've created that, we are going to come back here to our rectangle tool, and we're going to create a rectangle on top of the text. So just drag this out. Hang on. We hit Control Z. All right, now we're going to go drag this out right here like that. I still don't like that. It's a little bit too high. It's a little bit too low. I mean, there. I want kind of a big robust, because we're going to mask this and lock it. When you hit lock, you're going to see that mask. Okay, now unlock it. We just double check it. Now what we're going to do is we are going to choose the gradient tool. Now, the gradient tool may not be in your toolbar. You might have to come down here and click those little dots at the, okay, see these little dots here on your toolbar? If your gradient tool is not there, click it. It gives you a sub menu, and you can drag and drop your gradient tool in there. So click on the gradient tool. Let's go ahead and close this out. Click on the gradient tool, come over here to your image and click it. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to, on frame 1, we're going to drag this gradient that we just put on the stage. My keyboard has been so not cooperating with me. Hold the mouse down real hard, drag it over there. Now we're going to come over here to this last frame over here. We're going to press a keyframe, F6. Let's go ahead and click the gradient tool again. All right, come on, cooperate with me. Here we go. We're going to click it again, and I'm going to I'm going to get a new mouse. I'm going to hold my mouse down. I'm going to drag it. Come on, mouse. I'm sorry about the delay. Here we go. Just drag it over. And what we're going to do here is we're going to add our shape animation to it. And let's go ahead and test it and see what we have here. Okay, good. See how the animation is now animating that gradient? That's what we want. That is the final learning lesson for this chapter. How to apply shape tween to text, and how we can alter and edit the flame. So an active listening question for you. How do I get rid of this box of the gradient without playing it? Ah, very good answer. Lock the layers. And the reason why is because when we hit lock, it applies the mask. So remember, we used a mask on this. Okay, I'm going to let you guys complete chapter 7, and please send this file to me. It's a fairly small chapter, so sending the FLA file is perfectly fine. The author at the very end of the chapter is saying you can export this as an animated GIF. So let me just show you how to do that really quickly in case you want to send it to me like this. Go export, and then you're going to go animated GIF. An animated GIF is similar to a JPEG. So, okay guys, that concludes chapter 7. Thanks so much for listening.